Right on back to Fog Entertainment, and we have got ourselves a movie review, and it is the first Saw coming out and all the way back in 2004, and I think this is a fucking brilliant movie. So let's just kick off exactly where we do kick off, and that is in the bathroom. We get introduced to big Lawrence Gordon and Adam, dead body on the floor. They're in a game. They get the tape recorders out. Gordon's objective is to kill Adam before 6. Adam's objective is just to... He doesn't really get a clear objective. He's kind of shafted. They find stuff in the room like saws and shit and pictures. Adam doesn't really show any of the pictures though till later on. Then we basically get like a backstory into this Jigsaw guy. The Jigsaw killer. We see a bunch of traps. And let me just say, right, see the trap, the barbed wire one? You get 3 R's, so I think it's within the realms of possibility. But see the one with the combinations written all over the wall? And you've got fucking, like, you're in your bare feet, broken glass everywhere, you're smothered in a flammable jelly, and fucking, you know, and you have to use a candle because the room's pitch dark. Like, what the fuck is that guy supposed to do? Honestly, like, I've just never ever got that fucking trap. I don't know what the gimmick is. You know, like, honestly, fucking, it goes right over my dome with what the gimmick is there. Like, seriously, it's like, I can't even remember what the time limit was, but it is literally fucking important. Like, there's that many numbers on the wall. Like, where do you even begin? You know, I just don't get it. Then we get like Amanda. We see her trap. She's like the only one to survive. And like Dr. Gordon, he was like being treated as a suspect due to his pen light being found at the scene and stuff like that. And then basically we get like a few hospital scenes. We're introduced to the SAP guy. We get Gordon there, and then basically we get the whole subplot as well. We like Tap and Singh going after Jigsaw to try and save the guy in the drill chair, but Tap gets his throat slit. Singh goes after Jigsaw, shoots him, but then he dies. I mean, all this, it's just such a brilliant movie. See the fact that it was done on like a fucking, like a shoestring of a budget. It's so fucking good. The actors, like, there is acting in it that is like borderline atrocious, but you know, you've still got like, you know, they get like Michael Emerson, you've got Tap. I think Kerry Ellis is a good actor. I just think there's far too many times he slips in and out of his accent, which kind of, you know, cheapens it but probably because they couldn't afford to do like reshoots and shit. They didn't want to do any of that stuff. But yeah, Tap's basically obsessed, and it turns out the guy who was paying Adam to take pictures of Gordon was in fact Tap. We get some brilliant scenes there, and then we basically quickly find out that Sepp is in fact the one that's actually holding Gordon's family hostage. But this doesn't make sense to me. It's like his daughter comes in, tells him like, "There's a man in my closet. There's a man in my room." And Gordon doesn't spot onto this. Like, I know it would have just fucked up the entire plot of the movie if Gordon opens that up and discovers Sepp in there, but well, a bit stupid in my opinion. And then more stuff gets revealed. But see, like the amount of garage scenes they used, like how many times they went back in flashbacks. Like, I've seen loads of people when they've reacted to this like refute it. They say like the timeline's so confusing, but if you pay attention, it ain't. You know, like, I honestly don't see how you could really be confused by this. Like, obviously, like when you're watching it, you're kind of like, well, why the fuck's this Tap guy got a scar around his neck and he looks like he's a fucking madman? But then, like, in the next scene, like, it shows you exactly what happened, but yet people get confused by this. I don't really get that, you know. But basically, we do get the final showdown. The clock strikes 6. Sepp goes to kill Gordon's wife and daughter, but she manages to fight back. They get into a bit of a scuffle. Tap hears the gunshots. He comes in. There's a bit of a spraying match. Sepp knocks Tap out, but he heads to the sewers to kill Gordon. Meanwhile, Gordon hears half of this over the phone. He's fucking screaming. Adam's like, "No, don't do it." As Gordon takes his shirt off, wraps it around his leg, and begins to hack at his fucking foot, big man. He cuts it off. Epic scene. He crawls over. He grabs the gun. "I'm sorry." Shoots at him. Good night. In comes Sepp after just killing Tap outside, which is, I think it was a bit lackluster, to be honest. I think they could have done a bit more there, but well, it was still pretty good. Sepp comes in, basically tells Gordon that those are the rules. He has to die because he'd failed essentially by not doing the whole 6 o'clock gimmick. But then Adam is actually in fact still alive. He drags Sepp to the ground, toilet bang, smashed over this guy's cooting. Lays the absolute smack down on Big Seppy boy. But I mean, the twists are just about to come here. Gordon comes over to Adam, says he's going to get help. Adam's then searching Sepp's body. He finds a tape recorder. Well, no, a tape. He puts it into the tape recorder, and this is where we get like the first well, there has been a few twists, but here it's like, holy fuck, this Sepp guy isn't the killer. But you can obviously rewatching it, obviously, but you can't say there's not clues because obviously, when he comes in and he points the gun at Gordon, and he's like, even when he's pointing the gun at Diana and Hing, he's like, he always there are rules. Now, if he was the killer, he wouldn't be that hesitant. You can clearly see he doesn't want to do it, but it's his life or theirs, and it's as simple as that, So there are clues there, but it's still a pretty big reveal. And as this is going on, out of the corner of Adam's eye, up steps the real Jigsaw killer, John Kramer. And I mean, I'll stand by this. I honestly think this is one of the best fucking endings you will ever get in movie history, right? Because practically nobody would have seen this coming. It's just the whole reveal of Sepp. You're still getting over that. Then the big man steps up. He's like, the key to the chain was in the bathtub, and he's like, some people are so ungrateful to be alive, but not you, not anymore. And then, game over. So iconic. Slams the door. Adam screaming. Do I need to say anything else, guys? Do I need to say anything else? Probably not. But anyway, that'll do it for your Saw review. I could have went into a lot more in depth about it, but I feel like if I watched it first time, then there is that opportunity to go a lot more in depth to it. But aye, guys, I want to give it a 10, but there is some things I don't really like about it. Like I said earlier, with some of the acting and Tap's death, and there's just other wee stuff wee minor stuff, but I'll give it a 9.5, and to be honest, I don't think that's too bad, especially for a horror movie, because there's not many 10s out there.